Hi everyone, welcome to week 8. This week is a little different because this is only the second time I have taught this class. And for some reason, I did not pull any discussions or assignments previously from this, and then they were removed. So I don't have great ideas for you this week other than my own. I don't have examples. So I did a sample discussion board post, and I'm going to try to give you some ideas for the assignment. We're going to start with the assignment this week. You're going to develop a PowerPoint, and you're going to talk about a service industry that is using international trades. So service industry, you can pick, I'm going to give you a number of different ideas, and then you're going to talk about winners and losers, benefits and costs, and should society take action. So really with this, it's going to depend on your industry and what you pick. Your ideas. Remember, we're going to look at an intangible service. We're not looking at a good. We're looking at something that you can't touch or see. These are some of the U.S. exports of intangible services. So biggest one is distribution, financial, intellectual property, computer services, travel, super important, transportation. These are all really good ideas. Tourism might be super interesting right now just because of all the changes that we're experiencing. That might be a fun one to cover. Just wanted to put this in here to show you that the U.S. is a major exporter of services. I think sometimes we think our exporting is just very minimal, and it really has gotten to be less in manufacturing, but it's really increased in services. So I hope this graphic gives you some positive things to think about. Here are some of the different categories you can pick a service from. It could be maintenance or repair, transportation, travel, insurance, financial. My husband works in the financial industry, and so he's noticed a lot of exporting of some of these different financial services. Intellectual property, telecommunications. Telecommunications was really popular in the last class. Other business services, government goods and services. This was also very popular in the last class. So this gives you some ideas of things you might want to cover in your assignment this week. We have two options in our discussion. The first one is pretty straightforward, simple. We're going to look at global trade and whether it improves the quality of life. So I'm going to give you first, this is an example of who might have their quality of life improved, the winners and the losers with trade. And it's pretty interesting because you can kind of see, why people might be pro-trade and why people might be against trade. So this should give you really all you'll need to know for that discussion board topic. Option 2 is a little trickier. You're supposed to pick one of the following agreements or organizations and discuss kind of how they operate and whether people are benefited by this organization or agreement or not. So I wrote in a sample one about NAFTA. NAFTA is one of our free trade agreements that we have in force. It's with Mexico and Canada. We do most of our exporting to Mexico and Canada. You think about China, but really our products with Mexico and Canada are actually just much more traded. And then I talked about quotas and tariffs and how those aren't there anymore and how our trading has increased since this agreement was put in force in 1993. So I hope this gives you some ideas for week 8, even though it's not quite like previous weeks. If you have any questions, please let me know.